next guest for this evening is an AFI winner. He's the star of such movies as Chopper, The Nugget, Black Hawk Down. His latest movie, Hulk, is out Thursday. Have a look.
Oh, God. It must be the nanomeds. It must be the gamma exposure, but we've never seen any effect like this before.
No. Deeper. The gamma just unleashed what was already there.
Unleashed what?
Me. It's...
Welcome back to the show, Eric Bana. You look good.
So do you, sweetheart.
Thank you very much, my friend.
Now, where's the gold? Come on, a bit's been happening since I've been away.
Oh, the gold. We've only got the other little ones here because we can't trust people.
It'll get nicked.
It'll get nicked.
Okay.
People with light fingers. Now, I'm interested to know, I don't know the answer to this question, and that's always a great way to start any interview. But I was watching Chopper again on the weekend on Network 10. And it's an outstanding movie, and you do an outstanding job. I'm interested to know, do you watch it? If it's on, and you're in the country, which I believe you were, did you watch it at all?
I didn't. No, it was very bizarre because I flew into Sydney on the same day that it was on television and noticed that it just happened to be on the same day. But no, I didn't watch it. I haven't watched it for a couple of years, and I probably should revisit it.
Would you normally be in the habit of watching yourself on TV if it was on?
When I worked on Full Frontal, I would, yeah. But because there's always so much that you hadn't seen, so you'd get a good laugh out of it. But no, I wouldn't clamour around the television normally. I usually run away from it. There's nothing worse than being in a pub and seeing yourself come up on the television.
That's why we're live. I don't have to deal with it.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's
right.
fine. How did you get into the entertainment industry out of it? Just because you're a self-professed petrol head.
Yeah.
Your dad was a manager for the Caterpillar tractor company.
Yeah, yeah.
You were willing to leave school at 14 to become a mechanic.
Yeah.
How on earth did you end up in television and movies and acting?
Well, what happened was I had a few friends who said, you know, look, you should really take these impersonation skills and get into stand-up comedy. And I'm not the kind of guy who, you know, feels an urge to make strangers laugh. So I didn't think it was a natural fit. And a friend of mine took me to a stand-up comedy venue, and quite frankly, they were all shithouse. And I thought, hang on a second, are these people getting paid? And my mate said, yeah, look, they're all getting paid, they're professionals. And I said, this is outrageous. Because one of them was really, really good, and the rest of them were pretty average. And I just kind of, you know, was very cocky and thought, I think I could have a go at this. And one thing led to another, and I started doing stand-up, and then a couple of years after that got the job on Full Frontal, and sort of went from there.
And now, of course, the Hulk, or is it the Hulk or just Hulk?
The Hulk.
There's been a lot of confusion, we don't know.
I think it's actually Hulk.
It's just Hulk.
I just know it's not incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is incredible, but the title isn't.
It's left incredible out.
Now, when you heard the news that you'd got the role, Ang Lee, the director, rang you personally while you were working, at the risk of stealing your joke, on another blockbuster movie.
The Nugget.
Yes, big guy. Now,
huge Aussie blockbuster.
Yeah, that was a good one. I love The Nugget. Now, when hot co-star, by the way.
Yeah,
she was fine. Mighty fine. When you got the news, could
Wait till you see the deleted scene.
Could you tell everybody that you had got the role? Was it something you had to be very quiet about initially?
Yeah, it was kind of weird. The weirdest part about it was that it was 2 days after September 11. So on one hand, like, you just felt like such a dick going around telling anyone good news. But I was kind of sworn to secrecy because you got to, you know, kind of keep it to yourself until the studio does the big announcement that they've cast the unknown from Australia, you know.
Is there any kind of punishment if you were to tell anybody?
I don't know. I mean, I told a couple of people. I sort of whispered it to a couple of cast members and, you know, pulled Bill, the director, aside and told him and told Mum and Dad and told my brother and told all my mates and told all my family. I told everyone except you, actually.
And then told all of them, don't tell anybody.
Yeah, don't tell anybody.
Now, I've heard rumours, true or otherwise, that people like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jeff Goldblum, David Duchovny were all up for this role. When you got it, and the announcement was made, especially in the States, was there any negative feedback from that?
I think there was They were quite surprised because, you know, it was such a big budget film and it was such a coveted role. I think they were surprised that they'd gone with an unknown. But then what happened was people were actually really excited about it because they thought, oh well, you know, they haven't just cast some sort of star. They've gone looking for an actor, which was kind of, and that gave me a lot of confidence. I just thought, well, it's great they're not going for a big name, and you know, so it was cool.
And what I liked about the movie was that, because I must admit, I wasn't sure if they were going to pull off the Hulk properly, because I'm like you, a fan of the 70s TV show. Lou Ferrigno with a big, he could make his boobs dance.
The biggest kiss in the 70s.
Something impressive about that. But the CGI Hulk is very impressive. When you do see it, it's very impressive. How much of it, I've heard rumours that, you know, they did scan your face. How much of this computer Hulk is actually based on you?
Look, I honestly can't take too much credit for the old Hulk's performance. They did some sort of 3D computer mapping of my head before we started making the film. But actually, it's quite weird. I know for a fact they used my face. They also used my co-star Jennifer Connelly's face, and they used Ang Lee's face as well. So they incorporated the three of us somehow. I don't know how they do that. But
so there's a weird blend of all three.
There's a weird blend, yeah.
Very nice. And how have you found the whole press run for all of this? Like doing all the international press? Are you getting a lot of strange questions from people going, so who is Eric Bana and things like that?
It has been, look, it's been pretty big, you know, and slightly bizarre. Actually, probably the best thing anyone said to me was I was doing a phone interview with a journalist from New Zealand. And this guy was very, very laid back, and he said to me, he said, yeah, so Hulk, eh? I mean, I guess it's probably going to be pretty big, eh? And I said, yeah, look, it could be quite big. He says, pretty big movie then. I guess I'll probably have like a premiere and that, wouldn't I? And I said, yeah, no, they probably will. He goes, so, like, how do you reckon you'll go? Do you reckon you'll, like, score an invite? I said, yeah, probably.
Now, I'd like to know if your co-star for the movie got an invite. I'm talking about Elvis.
Elvis.
Because talking about the CGI
the real
of the movie,
Hulk.
yeah.
Yeah, well, Elvis
We've got footage of Elvis here.
The nickname of the Hulk head on a stick, which was used as a bit of a reference. There you go. There's big blockbuster filmmaking at its best. Cardboard cutout of the Hulk. They would use that as an eye line for. Luckily, I didn't have to deal with any of that stuff because when the Hulk was there, I was just, you know, Eric got to kick back on the director's chair. Yeah, come on, guys, rip it up, you know. So it was there for the other actors so they could see, you know, the Hulk's going to be 15 foot now and he's going to be 20 foot, and they'd have to kind of like do their lines to the cardboard cutout, you know, and I'd be sitting back going, yeah, do a good job, you know.
And how have you taken with the whole heartthrob, Hollywood heartthrob that's coming with a lot of the roles you're doing now? Because also in the Hulk, there's a bit of a nude scene from you.
Oh,
I have to say, there was a couple of ladies in the row when I was watching the movie, and there was a little bit of, oh. that was unexpected, but nice. The old Bana buns came out.
But, well, the most important thing, Rove, is what was your reaction?
Yeah. Mine was the same. It was a little deeper. It was a bit more.
It released the inner Hulk in you.
It certainly did. Oh, yeah, it made me angry. In the pants...
a bit of pant anger.
A bit of pant anger. And now you're working on Troy as well.
Yeah.
With you and Brad Pitt, there's your hunk factor for you.
Well, Brad's taking care of the hunk factor for us. There.
Is that exciting now? You must really feel like you've made it now in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, I'm having the best time on that film. I tell you, it's really special. You know, the story of Troy, the city of Troy, the Trojan War, and we've got an amazing cast. Orlando Bloom's playing my brother, and Peter O'Toole's playing my father, and it's unbelievable. And a really great director, Wolfgang Peterson, and we're having a really fun time. You know, it's just really, really cool. Over in Malta at the moment.
Nice.
Someone from Malta here?
No. They've just heard of the country.
The Maltese have this statistic in Malta where as soon as you say you're from Australia, they say, you know, there's more Maltese in Australia than there are in Malta. That's bullshit. That can't be possible. You know?
I'm sure this one woman will testify to that, or she'll just scream out at the very least. Well, best of luck with it all. It's all going very well, especially because, as well, just quietly, I mean, you and I worked on another little film together, Finding Nemo.
You're in Finding Nemo too?
I am.
Ah.
It's the animated Pixar. I play a crap. It's the part I was born to play, baby.
And you were #1 at the box office last week.
As were you, my friend.
Yeah,
congratulations.
There you go.
We'll keep up the good work. Eric Bana, the movie. Hulk, not the Hulk. Hulk. mate. Good to see you. We'll be right back with our big brother of Ipswich, Charlton Hill, Wanda, and we continue. A minute 45 at your house.